Hey Leamons, welcome back to another video of mine. So today, because Halloween is coming up soon, I thought I'd do an Animal Jam Scary Storytimes video. This is my 4th Animal Jam Spooky Stories video. It's so crazy that I've been making them for 4 years now. So like always, for this video, I asked you guys what your most scary experiences were in Animal Jam. And then I took your responses and made a video covering all the scary stories. Well, not all of them. If I did all of them, this video would be extremely long, but I chose ones I felt were the most scary or strange, because we all have such different experiences on the game, which can be glitches, weird jammers, or anything else in a spooky manner. So with that, let's get right into the Animal Jam Scary Storytimes video. First up, we have a story by Pups Edits. This isn't too scary, and quite short. So me and a friend were recording for a skit, and when we finished, we went to my den and there was a random jammer in there. Their animal was a fox, all black. It just stood there for a second, then gave the evil emote and disappeared. Me and my friend were confused. Less than 1 minute later, I had disconnected. It said my session had expired and that I needed to put my password in again. It could have been a coincidence, or it could have been something with the jammer. The next one we have from Ballpit Bakery. So this isn't so much of a story as a few glitches that I thought were a bit spooky. First one I believe was when the German Shepherd pet came to the stores, and of course I bought one because I already had the chew toys for them. So I got a black and gray one with teal eyes. They were the beady/derpy ones. I was mucking around in my den. I noticed that my sweet pup had his eyes turned to X's, and his model was glitchy and patchy black. This was worsened. Then I equipped the Play As Your Pet potion. It went away on its own, but it's still kind of odd to me. The other one was whenever I walked with my main animal, the Himalayan Terror. His neck would snap to the left and then revert when I stopped. It looked painful, and I started to feel empathy for this digital goat before I remembered that he does not exist and he is not in pain. At least, not in Animal Jam. The next one's by Trixie Pop AJ. Probably too late to comment, but here you go. One time I was decorating a den, and I had worked on it for about an hour. I saw this random fox appear in my den, and I closed the den editor to ask what they needed, but then they disappeared, and my game crashed. When I came back to my den, there was random items scattered about, and all of my progress was gone. This only happened to me once, although one other time my den items were all over the place again, but I reloaded AJ and my items were back to normal. Very strange. This next one is by Poison29. This isn't really a story, but I want to share it anyway. Basically, I am only buddied with someone when they are online. They aren't on my buddy list unless they are online. If I search them while being offline, it would appear as if they weren't my buddy. Only when they are online, the player card shows I am their buddy. I'm not sure if this is a glitch, because it's been going on for a few years now. If I try to unbuddy them, the next time they come online, they would appear as my buddy again. I favored them to see if it would stop, but it didn't work. They don't pop on my favorites list unless they are online. I am really curious to see what others think and if anyone else has experienced this as well. The next one's by Imagine Doggos. Some people came to my den and told me they knew me, but I've never met them. Confused, I set my den to buddies only. I logged out and forgot about it for a little. The next time I logged on, they were in my den. My den was still locked. They weren't my buddies. I asked them what they wanted, and they continued to tell me they knew me. There were 3 to 4 people. I didn't know any of them. I was freaking out at this point, but I asked them how they knew me. They told me my name. Nobody I knew at this point in time played AJ, except my sister, who had one device, and can only have one account on at a time. I never saw them again. The next story is by Nexus. Here's a pretty spooky story, though looking back it's kinda silly and funny. This is around 2015 when I was super into Animal Jam. I was about 10 or 11 at the time, so pretty young. This was on Classic, and at the time I was pretty familiar with the urban legends and such, especially F-Man. Anywho, I was in Coral Canyons and I saw a wolf named Awesome Sunny Brave, which, at least at the time, was F-Man's known animal name. Little me was pretty spooked because they looked exactly like F-Man. I didn't even think to check the username because they started actually talking to me. They threatened to hack my account and take all my items, the generic hacker threat, which was pretty scary to me. And I was, and still am, really gullible. I thought anyone online was telling me the full truth. So I was just standing there, scared for a while. I'm not sure what exactly I did next, but I'm pretty sure I changed my password pretty quickly after that. That's one way to scare a kid into making sure their account is secure. Looking back, that was definitely an impersonator looking to start some drama or scare some people. The next one is by Azur the NB Cat. Once I was playing AJ, I was just hanging out in my den and joking around with a friend. We tried some different outfit styles and we eventually decided on our outfits. We were gonna walk around and prank people around Jamal. However, before we were gonna leave my den, my friend disappeared completely and I was teleported to some strange room. The walls and floors were textures that looked like every texture in a game crammed together on top of mixing with each other. And I started getting random clothing items that weren't even visible in my inventory. My colors were also flashing into new ones every millisecond. Suddenly, what looked like a million copies of my animal started spawning all around the room until my game crashed. My friend said she saw it too, but only on my animal still in my den. It was very weird and scared me to death. Now, I think it must have been a texture bug, maybe a new building or room to be added in the future. The next is by Harley, 5.7 views. I actually commented this last year, but I'll comment again because why not? Just over a year ago, I logged into AJ and there was an unknown Arctic wolf in my account. It had a color combo I've never used before, peach and white, I believe. And I was wearing clothes I'd never put together on an animal, so I doubt it was a glitch. Also, my name was a custom one, as in not Mr. Wonky Buddy, and it wasn't one I had chosen for any other animals before. I was weirded out by this and tried changing into the animal. When I did, my avatar just froze on a green color in a silhouette of the previous animal I have been, non-member wolf, and when I tried to move around, there was no moving/running animations. The silhouette just glided across the screen. I logged out and back in, and the unknown Arctic wolf was gone from my animal inventory. The next one is by Spade with Q. Around the time that those weird bots were around, I blocked every single one I saw. I saw one in Jamal Township saying, "We will take over," and I didn't think much of it. I was talking with my friend in my den and we got logged out. I was freaking out when I kept getting the message, "You have already logged into a different device," or something like that, which I've never seen before. Around 20 minutes later, we got into our accounts, and ever since that, my things have been just disappearing. My friend gave me golden snowflake wings. They are completely gone. The spiked collar I bought, it's completely gone. Even my friend's golden glider disappeared. The things I don't use within a week or so just disappears, and my friend's golden glider disappeared once she got offline with a play as your pet potion on. No idea how my stuff is disappearing, but it's not being recycled because I keep track of the gems I have. The next story is by ins.h. So this is a story on my old account. Basically, one night, I decided to sneak on Animal Jam Play Wild. I was really young, and I opened the game. I spawned in Jamal, and for some reason, nobody was there. I went into the pillow room, and no one was there. So I went into the sapphire room. No one was to be found. It didn't really bother me until I went to my den. A hot pink monkey was standing in my den. It was completely pink and glitched. I got kind of scared and tried walking towards it. But out of nowhere, the screen went black, and a weird siren-like noise could be heard. I got so scared by the noise that I shut it off and climbed under the covers. The next story is by Black in Sunsets. Okay, so a very long time ago on a very old account I had a shop. I was trying to sell some things, rares and other stuff. When doing so, I saw that there was one person in my den. They have been there for a while and I was curious why. So I went into my den and looked for them, and I saw them sitting on one of my chairs in a small house den I had. And they just sat there. It was a wolf. They were all in black, and they had a skull hat, like the one you get on Halloween. I tried to talk to them, but they ignored me and didn't say anything. But when I was just about to leave, they sent me a trade request. I expected it. I think they said in chat, "Come with me or your house is mine," something like that. I was kind of confused and scared. I was about to reply when my phone crashed. It kicked me out of the game. I was so scared that I didn't play for a week. The next story is by Avery Likes AJ. AJ Play Wild around 2022. One time I was just chilling in my den when I saw the typical hacker, all black with red eyes wolf in my den. I said, "Hello, can I help you?" They respond, "Du bleu." Confused, not realizing it was blood backwards, I ask, "What?" And they respond back with "Du bleu Siam." I have no clue what they mean and leave the game. The next hour or so later, I rejoin AJ and go to my den. They are gone. Curious, I check my den status. It was on completely locked. About a month after this, I was hacked, and to this day, I have no clue what happened. The next story is by Tedious Doodle. The Siren glitch is a classic, but my experience with it is not very ordinary. I heard the Siren glitch come on, and I did not think much of it when it happened, because before this, a very long time had went by. but I still had not crashed. Eventually, I exited the game, but it was also playing in some other apps after I closed the app. I thought this was weird. I decided to turn the volume all the way down, but it was still on. I turned off the device completely, and it was still going on. The next day, it was gone, and nothing else seemed to have changed. That's the end of the scary story times. There was some really creepy stories in here, and I hope I chose a good selection of them. I hope everyone has a fun Halloween this year. Thanks for watching all the way through. If you have any scary stories, definitely comment them down below. I'd love to hear them. It's been Liam Puppy, and I'll see you guys all next time.